Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. In today's video, let's talk about the science of hair growth. How does hair grow? Why does hair shed? And what can we do to keep our hair looking healthy and strong? My name's Fortuna. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I love to post regular videos all about hair care and hair growth, and 6 years ago, I set up It Really Works Vitamins, which is a hair care supplement brand. We've been in Forbes, and just recently we've been voted the best hair regrowth product for men by Shortlist Magazine readers. But we're not just for men, we're suitable for women as well, as long as you're not pregnant or breastfeeding. We're vegan friendly, cruelty free, and if you'd like to get 15% off your first order of It Really Works Vitamins, here's a coupon code. Ta-da! So let's talk about the science of hair growth and how, by understanding the science, we can keep our hair healthy and strong. Let's go. Before we get into the science of hair growth, let's talk about what hair is. Hairs are strands of proteins that grow from follicles found in the inner layer of the two main layers of the skin, which is otherwise known as the dermis. Hair has two structures: the follicle itself, which is embedded in the dermis or the scalp, and the second is the shaft, which is visible outside the scalp. Hair is one of the defining characteristics of mammals. It keeps your head protected from harmful UV rays and helps to express your culture, traditions, and your personality. And so when hair loss happens, it can be devastating. Hair on the scalp grows by around 6 inches per year, or around ½ an inch per month. So to understand how we can slow down hair loss, including genetic hair loss, for example, male pattern baldness, let's take a closer look at the 3 phases of the hair life cycle. These are the anagen phase. The cells in the root of the hair are dividing continuously. During this phase, the hair grows by around 1 centimeter every 28 days. A new hair is formed, and it pushes a hair that has stopped growing or is no longer in the anagen phase up the follicle and eventually out. Scalp hair stays in this phase of growth for around 2 to 6 years. And if you feel that your hair grows slowly compared to other people, it may be because your hair has a very short, active hair growth period. Don't forget to pick up your free ebook, Everything You Need to Know About Blocking DHT, from itreallyworksvitamins.com. The book includes a recipe for a homemade scalp exfoliant and the best foods and drinks that help to block DHT and regrow your hair. The link is in the description below. People with very long hair could have a long active phase of growth. Next up is the catagen phase. This is known as the resting or transitional phase. It lasts for around 2 weeks. The papilla detaches from the hair follicle, shrinks and rests. The hair is cut off from its blood supply. This is the formation of what is known as a club hair. 3% of all hairs are in this phase at any one time. Last up is the telogen phase. During the telogen or shedding phase, the follicle remains out of action for months, for between 1 to 4 months. The hair sheds, but the cells lining the follicle continue to grow as normal. Around 10 to 15% of all hairs on our head are in this phase of growth at any given time. And within 2 weeks, the new hair shaft begins to emerge and the anagen phase starts all over. Every single hair on our body is in a different stage of its life cycle, and it's normal to lose between 50 and 125 hairs per day. This is all part of the 3 phases of the hair life cycle, and shedding is a normal part of hair growth. But if you're losing more hair than normal, and especially if you have sudden hair loss, hair falls out in clumps, your scalp burns or itches, you notice bald patches, or you're worried about your hair loss, then it's important to make an urgent appointment with your doctor. And your doctor can help you identify the causes of your hair loss. If you're keen to grow long hair or slow down shedding, it's a good idea to learn how we can keep our hair in the anagen or growing phase for as long as possible, and in the shedding phase for as short a time as possible. So let's get into the good stuff. How can we grow our hair faster? Okay, so annoyingly, it may not be that easy, particularly for men. Hair loss in men and women usually happens for different reasons. Let's talk about hair loss in men. 2/3 of all men aged between 18 and 35 have started experiencing some degree of hair loss. By the age of 50, hair loss affects half of all men worldwide. This is because their hair follicles have a sensitivity to dihydrotestosterone. This is a hormone responsible for a deeper voice and lots of other male characteristics. DHT attaches itself to hair follicles and shrinks them in a process called miniaturization. And over time, this is what leads to male pattern baldness. The effect of DHT can also affect women, but they're much more common in men. So what can we do to slow down or stop hair loss? You can reduce your hair follicles' sensitivity to DHT. Let's look at the FDA-approved treatments for hair growth. Two of the main ways which are approved by the FDA are Minoxidil and finasteride. So Minoxidil is a topical foam which you apply to your scalp, and over time it helps to regrow your hair. But there are a couple of things to bear in mind. The first thing is, this is really effective for people who've already noticed a receding hairline or thinning hair. If, for example, you're almost entirely bald or you've lost almost all your hair, this isn't going to be the right treatment for you. Secondly, you're going to have to commit to doing this treatment, so really commit over months and months and months. When you stop using Minoxidil, your hair will start to fall out again, and it could fall out at a faster rate than previously. So that's just something that you can weigh up the pros and cons and see if you would like to use it for the rest of your life. Finasteride is the generic form of the drug Propecia. While Propecia is the more well-known and recognised name, they do the same thing and provide the same overall benefits. Propecia is the most often prescribed medication for male pattern baldness. Finasteride helps to shrink enlarged prostates, and in doing so helps to reduce the risk of acute urinary retention or the need for surgical procedures. When testing finasteride, researchers discovered that one of the interesting accidental side effects was that balding men began to regrow their hair, and so it was 6 years later that finasteride came onto the market as a drug that can reverse hair loss. Finasteride is often described as a DHT blocker, but it doesn't actually block DHT, it blocks the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme is responsible for converting testosterone to DHT. For 1 in 20 men who take finasteride, there are going to be some long-term and potentially permanent side effects, the most common of which include impotence, loss of interest in sex, trouble having an orgasm, abnormal ejaculation, swelling in your hands or feet, swelling or tenderness in your breasts, dizziness, weakness, feeling like you might pass out, headache, runny nose, or skin rash. In some men, finasteride may decrease the amount of semen released during sex. This is a harmless side effect, but has continued in some men even after they've stopped taking finasteride. This may become more of a concern for you if you want to start a family. If this happens to you, it's important to tell your doctor immediately if the side effects get worse or persist. So now time for a word from our sponsors. It's me. So if you're dealing with unhealthy hair or thinning hair, then check out itreallyworksvitamins.com. So this is my own company. I set it up 5 years ago, and since then we have thousands of customers worldwide who use our products every day to keep their hair thick and healthy and strong. We've been featured in Forbes as the best nutrition innovation 2019 and 18. Shortlist magazines, we've been voted the best hair regrowth product for men just this year. So it's pretty exciting. Check us out, check out our reviews. Feel free to just wander, have a browse, read the blog, check out our vlogs. It's just, hair loss is like something that I'm just passionate about. I want to stop everyone from losing their hair. It's just my thing. I love it. Don't forget, we offer free worldwide shipping. Most of our customers are actually in the US and Australia and Canada. So thanks guys, howdy and good day. I'm going to be talking through the top 3 essential oils for hair growth and hair loss. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are concentrated extracts of various plants. An essential oil is essential in that it contains the essence of the plant's fragrance. First up is rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is effective in helping to improve your hair's thickness. It also aids in hair growth. Studies show that rosemary oil is as effective as Minoxidil in improving hair growth. As you might have seen in some of our other previous videos, Minoxidil is a chemical product. The brand name is Rogaine, and it's a foam that's applied directly to your scalp. Minoxidil is often prescribed and it's available to purchase over the counter as Rogaine or as generic Minoxidil, and it's thought to improve hair growth. It was also found that rosemary oil had fewer side effects compared to Minoxidil. So some of the side effects of Minoxidil are scalp irritation, redness, soreness, and some people sometimes get a kind of brain fog or a little bit of, they feel that they're thinking a little bit slowly. And those are the side effects of Minoxidil, and rosemary oil had pretty much less than those. More revealing recent studies show that rosemary oil directly helps to protect against hair loss. This 2015 trial, the link is in the description, compared rosemary essential oil against Minoxidil. Interestingly, both were used on human subjects, so you may have seen in some of our other previous videos when I discuss studies for hair growth. Lots of studies are tested out on mice, but this was on a human subject. Results showed that rosemary essential oil was just as effective as Minoxidil. During the process, rosemary oil protected against the side effect of the itchy scalp more effectively than Minoxidil. Two separate clinical reviews also highlight rosemary oil as effective in growing hair. In one of the reviews, it was found that rosemary oil successfully improves circulation, and we all know that healthy circulation means that all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients in the food that you're eating and the supplements that you're taking, they're making their way through the blood and through all the veins and getting directly to your scalp, nourishing it and encouraging normal, healthy hair growth. And really interestingly, in the second study, it was found that when people who were suffering from alopecia applied rosemary oil in combination with other oils, described rosemary oil as a hair loss restorative. So how can you use rosemary oil? Because rosemary oil is an essential oil, it's important to blend it with a carrier oil. So I often recommend coconut oil, olive oil, or jojoba oil. So add a few drops of rosemary oil to a larger section of coconut oil, and you can apply it liberally to your scalp. You can leave it overnight, but it's important to remember that with coconut oil, don't leave it longer than overnight, because the reverse starts happening. Even though it's moisturizing your scalp, and then afterwards it starts to make it dry. So don't leave it for longer than overnight if you're using coconut oil. Another fantastic thing you can do is just to add rosemary oil directly to your shampoos and conditioners. And it's important to regularly keep up with the rosemary oil application through massage or through adding it to your shampoos. So I would recommend doing this around 2 or 3 times per week. Top tip. And if you'd like to get healthier, thicker hair, then try my brand, It Really Works Vitamins. As you guys know, we have been featured in Forbes. I'm constantly like patting myself on the back about this. We've been featured in Forbes as the best nutrition innovation 2019 and 18. We've also been in Shortlist Magazine as the best hair regrowth product for men. But we're suitable for women as well. We're not just for men, can I just say. And we're a British brand, so as you would expect, we maintain some of the highest health and safety standards in the world. And over 80% of our customers are actually from abroad. If you try us and you just don't love your results, then we give you a full refund with no questions asked. To get 15% off with coupon code YouTube15. Yay! I love seeing people's before and after pictures. 90% of our customers reuse our product. They like to keep their results topped up like once a year or twice a year or 3 times a year by taking our supplements. So it's so nice that I've created a product that people love and use and reuse. And some time ago, I'm gonna stop talking about myself, but some time ago I sent out an email and I asked people, how are you hearing about us? And a huge proportion of people got back to us and said through word of mouth. And I was like, how? So people are talking about it with their friends. I'm sure that people are noticing a difference in their hair and their friends and family notice the difference. So it's pretty amazing. So thank you guys. So if you would like to try us out, just head on over to itreallyworksvitamins.com and get 15% off your first order with coupon code YouTube15. Yay! So next up, let's talk about peppermint oil. This study, link in the description, found that peppermint oil was able to improve hair growth without any toxic signs. The study investigated the effect of peppermint oil on mice. The animals were randomized into 4 groups. So each group of animals had 4 different oils or products applied to them to see if their hair would regrow. Some of them had salt water applied, another group had jojoba oil, a third group had peppermint oil, and the final group had minoxidil. So guys, I really want you to check out this picture because it just sings, what does it sing? I've forgotten the phrase. What's the phrase? Because a picture tells more than 1,000 words. That's the phrase I was looking for. It took so long to get into my head. Oh my god, sorry. So this study found that when peppermint oil was applied all over the mice, it increased the number of hair follicles, follicle depth, and overall growth. So there are a few ways that you can use peppermint oil to prevent hair loss. One is by direct scalp massage. So remember, I just don't want anyone to forget, peppermint oil is an essential oil, so you need to mix it with coconut oil or jojoba oil or olive oil or shea butter oil, and you can massage it directly into your scalp. I just want to show you here, I have done a whole video all about scalp massage and everything to do with massaging your hair and your scalp and how it increases and encourages hair growth. So please do check out one of our latest videos, Essential Hair Care Tips for Men. I just go into lots of detail. There's lots of information out there on the various ways to massage your scalp. You'd be surprised, so I just want you guys to check it out. Again, you can also add peppermint essential oil directly to your shampoos or conditioners. So when you do apply the peppermint oil, you're going to notice that it feels quite tingly, and when you apply it directly to any part of your body, the area that the peppermint oil touches increases in circulation instantly, and that's what causes the very cold, tingly sensation, because your circulation has increased suddenly. It's incredible. So I recommend leaving the peppermint oil on for around an hour. Anything after 20 minutes would be fine. And also, if you feel that the peppermint sensation is just a little bit too much, you can add other oils to it, like for example rosemary oil. I also just want to mention, I've done an entire video dedicated to DHT blocking oils. So I'm going to put this is what the thumbnail looks like if you want to look, and I'll put a card in as well, so you can check it out after this video. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, it would mean the world to us if you gave it a big thumbs up and subscribe. We're creating lots and lots of videos all about hair care, hair growth, how to block DHT and fight hair loss. So please don't forget to ring the bell, because YouTube has changed how it shows you videos, so you won't even know when our video comes out and you'll miss out on all this amazing advice on how to stop hair loss. Thanks guys. Next up is lavender essential oil. Lavender essential oil may help with issues such as alopecia or baldness. This 2016 study, the link is in the description, found that when mice had lavender oil directly applied to their skin, it was able to help them grow more hair. The hair also grew thicker and faster than normal. And in the study they found that this benefit is way more effective when the oil is able to be applied directly to the skin. And because of this, lavender oil may therefore help to regrow hair in people with baldness or alopecia. Lavender oil has also done really well in comparison to minoxidil. Minoxidil, or Rogaine, as you know, is a chemical product. It's a foam that's applied directly to the scalp to help regrow hair. It's a vasodilator, so it helps to enlarge the veins, because when your veins are that little bit larger, it means all the lovely nutrients and from the food that you're eating, just getting directly to your scalp. So more research is needed, as human studies are needed to prove this. Though people can safely massage lavender oil directly into their scalp without feeling that it might cause any kind of issues. It seems to be quite unusual for lavender oil to cause side effects, but please do a patch test. So what I always recommend is to get a little piece of skin that's completely inconspicuous behind your ear, or a tiny little bit of your arm where no one will see, and apply all of these essential oils, obviously mixed with a carrier oil. I know I keep mentioning that, but I want to do a warning. So mix it with your carrier oil and apply it directly to, a little area where no one can see, and leave it for around 24 to 48 hours. And then if you don't have any issues, then you're not allergic and you can use it happily and safely. Yay! Lavender oil may also help to heal the skin as it kills bacteria. So it's an antimicrobial, which means it helps to prevent bacteria and fungi from growing. So when massaged into your hair or scalp, it may help to prevent common issues, for example, dandruff or dermatitis. And as you know, a healthy scalp is the best possible environment for healthy, strong hair growth. So to use lavender oil, again, mix several drops of lavender oil into your favourite carrier oil, for example olive oil or coconut oil, and apply it directly to your scalp. And remember not to leave coconut oil for longer than overnight, because the reverse effect starts happening and it starts to dry out your hair. So leave it on for maybe 3-4 hours or overnight, if you can. It's also a good idea to try any of these sort of essential oil recipes with your carrier oil around 2 or 3 times per week to really feel that, to start to get the benefits of what they're doing for your hair. And remember, you can mix lavender oil with other oils just to sort of enhance the benefits of all of the oils together. And before I finish off, I just want to mention my bonus oil. We have another oil. I know I've mentioned 3, but my bonus oil is evening primrose oil for hair growth. I have done, I'm going to put it in here with a link in the a card here. I'll put the thumbnail in here so you can check it out. It's all about evening primrose oil for hair growth. Evening primrose oil is high in essential fatty acids including linoleic acid, gamma-linoleic acid, and glutamine. Lots more research is needed to be done with human studies on the effects of evening primrose oil for hair growth, but a number of studies have found that evening primrose oil can help to actually slow down male pattern baldness. I go into a lot of detail in this video, so I'm so keen for you to check it out here. Please do. I find this stuff fascinating, and I just feel that everyone else does too. So guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do give this video a big thumbs up if you found it handy. It's really working wonders for our channel. Subscribe if you would love to enjoy more of our videos. As you can see, I'm very chatty and I love talking about hair care. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Well, if you want to take part in our Q&A, then DM us on Instagram. We also regularly put stories, so you can just respond to the story and ask your hair loss related question. If you would like to subscribe us and get me towards my 1,000 subscriber goal, then please do subscribe.